to proceed.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Hello and welcome to episode 621 of the Player One podcast for Tuesday, October 2nd, 2018. I'm your host, Chris Johnston. With me, as always, from Canada, Mr. Greg Seward.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's good. Getting ready to do a little bit of traveling.
Ooh, traveling, you say?
Jet setting.
You gonna bring your Switch?
Oh, yeah. I always take my Switch. Heading to New York this week, and then
New York City.
I don't know if you guys heard, but there's something pretty cool happening in Vegas the week after that.
Yeah?
So,
Yeah.
I'm going
I
there.
hear.
Yeah.
I have not heard.
That's going to be fun. I am so looking forward to Scoop Fest in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Me too.
October 12th through the 14th.
Yes.
Buy your tickets now. If you fast forward or don't listen to the end of the show, we have like a nice discount you can get if you go to heyscoops.com/player1. That's the numeral or the word.
That's right.
And you get a discount off your tickets to Scoop Fest in Las Vegas. And it's going to be an awesome time. We're going to be there. The Scoops are an excellent group of fans of Matt and Mattingly's Ice Cream Social.
Yes.
I have to really think about that when I say it. I can't just go through it. Otherwise, I'll screw it up. But yeah, it's gonna be really fun.
I agree. I cannot wait.
It's gonna be great.
Yep.
Yeah. Are you going to New York, Greg? You gonna hit up the Nintendo store there?
I don't know if I'll have time. It's a whirlwind in there, out there, bunch of meetings, and then I'm gone. So
then you're out.
Oh,
so
man.
maybe not.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's a shame.
Yeah.
With me is
I've seen the Nintendo store. I don't need to go again.
Yeah, well, there you go. With me from the great state of Washington, Mr. Phil Theobald. Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. You doing any traveling?
Well, I'm going to be going to Las Vegas.
I mean, before Las Vegas?
Well, I'm going to be going into the office
You should have a daily commute.
to work on
That's
some
traveling.
top secret video game stuff.
Yeah.
Pokemon
Yeah.
Digimon crossover.
I can't
The long-awaited
confirm or deny any
Pokemon Cross
rumors or
Tekken.
Speculation.
Phil does
Yeah.
not comment on rumors or speculation.
No,
Apparently not.
I do not. I like my job.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, let's talk about some video games. You guys like that?
Okay.
I don't know if you noticed in the little intro that I was doing there, but it is October.
Well,
It's October. It's not
Wow.
October as we record this, but it's about to be October.
Hey, so you know what? This month, just for anybody who doesn't come see my Twitch channel, I'm doing spooky games all month.
Ooh.
Wow.
Halloween
Three.
theme. No, that's scary, not spooky.
Okay.
3 nights a week, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays. Gonna do some Luigi's Mansion. I'm playing through all Luigi's Mansion.
oh really?
That game is so
Nice.
good.
And, played through. Gonna play through D. Gonna play through Typing of the Dead.
Oh man.
I'm gonna play some Kid Dracula.
Typing of the Dead.
Oh,
Good times.
which Kid Dracula? Game Boy or
Famicom.
the Famicom version? Very
Mhm.
nice.
It's one of the very few Famicom cartridges I own.
Oh, nice.
That and Ghostbusters 2.
New Ghostbusters 2.
Sorry, yes, new Ghostbusters. I always call it
Because-
my Game Boy title,
Yeah,
the version that came out on Game Boy here.
because if you imported the Activision version
No,
of
God. No.
Ghostbusters 2, that is
Although I finished that version when I was a kid.
what?
I bought it. Like I had it. I don't know if someone gave it to me or I bought it, but I had it. And
Wow.
it was that one of those things, right? It's like, well, I play this or don't have anything to play.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
It's
I
a terrible game.
finished Ghostbusters 2. It was god
It's
awful.
bad. Now, did you finish that game on your own?
Yeah.
Ghostbusters 2
Yeah, I get it. It's a Bobby Brown reference.
on your own.
Yeah.
You understand?
I get it. Yeah.
It's his
was
prerogative.
that game too hot to handle?
No, it's too cold to hold.
Too cold to hold. Well,
No.
you know what I do in those situations, Greg?
Call the Ghostbusters.
I call the Ghostbusters, and yeah, they're in control.
Yeah.
So
I tried, but they
Well.
were throwing a party for a bunch of children.
Oh, but dude, all the while,
We went over this
Slime was under the building.
several times, several podcasts. We already know how this ends, but
Well,
it
I
is
know how
October.
it ends with them
It is
packing
October.
up, regrouping.
Mhm.
They come equipped. They get a grip.
Yep.
They strap their proton packs on their back and they split.
All right.
I found out about
it's
Vigo,
October,
the master of evil, tried to battle my
and
boys.
Sony announced
not legal.
the PS Plus games for October, and it includes my favorite Friday the 13th, free on PS Plus.
Chris Johnston interrupted some Ghostbusters 2 soundtrack so he could talk about that damn Friday the 13th.
That's right, I did.
At least
So
it was
everybody, everyone who has PS Plus should go download this game and play it. We'll put together a game night where we play with some listeners. That'll be a lot of fun.
That is a
For sure.
podcast downgrade.
That Friday the 13th is a fantastic game, and just got dedicated servers recently, so it's a lot more fun to play. So
But-
we should do that.
But
Anyway.
CJ,
Yeah, huh?
does that Friday the 13th game have heart soul dance?
All right. And speaking of October, Red Dead Redemption 2 coming out at the end of the month.
Uh-huh.
We found out due to some eagle-eyed folks looking at the console, the PS4 console that has it packed in. Apparently, RDR2 requires 105 gig of space on your hard drive.
Is that why it's not on the Switch?
That would require quite a download, don't you think?
RDR2 is my favorite obscure astromech droid.
Yeah.
RDRR.
Oh, yes. I'm just excited about the horse testicles.
What?
Oh, have you not been following this news?
The horse testicles? No.
Oh,
I missed out on this.
CJ, sit down.
Okay. Please tell me about
you
these
are-
horse testicles.
These aren't the chrome ones you buy for the back of a pickup truck.
No.
Well, damn.
This-
Okay.
This is
What's
so
this all about?
apparently the Red Dead's 2 has dynamic horse scrotum adjustment depending on the time of day and weather conditions in the game.
This is not what Yu Suzuki thought of when he had the eyes system and
So
having more detail
Yeah.
in games.
So if it's nighttime,
Yeah.
it's getting a little chilly.
Uh-huh.
Those babies
There'd be
were
shrinkage.
Might,
I was in
Go-
the pool. I was
go
in
up-
the pool.
go up into the body,
Okay.
keep
Yeah.
them warm,
Like
and
a frightened turtle.
and when it's high noon,
God.
you
Yeah.
swing low,
That-
sweet
that you're Mr.
chariot. Oh, Wilbur! I know you've been playing that game, Wilbur, but this is going a step too far.
I did hear that apparently some of your character's stats are determined by how clean you are, and you have to brush your horse and stuff, and I don't know.
Well, when you're brushing the horse, take a peek. You might like what you see. Did
All
you
right.
know?
I'll take
Did you know the guy who played Wilbur in Mr. Ed?
Mhm.
Wilbur was a horse.
Yeah.
It wasn't a guy.
Mr. Ed was the horse. What the heck?
Ed is
What's
the
going
horse.
on? You know,
I never
they're
watched
not
this
gonna
again.
they're
I don't
not
know.
gonna name the show after the guy with the talking horse. They're gonna name the show after
I
the
would.
talking horse. The guy who played Wilbur was Alan Young, who you may know as the longtime voice of Scrooge McDuck
In the
Really?
DuckTales cartoon from
in the old 80s DuckTales cartoon,
Interesting.
in Mickey's Christmas Carol, in the
I
the
love Mickey's Christmas Carol.
remastered DuckTales game, I believe was his final
Yes,
performance.
That was his
you're
final
right.
performance. Yeah.
So
That was one of the
Yeah.
big selling points. Although I have to say, and this is silly to say about Scrooge McDuck because he's old anyway.
yeah.
Boy, did he ever sound old in that game.
Well, I mean,
He is old.
Alan Young was like 90 something at that point. So
Yeah.
cut that dude some slack. How long had Mr. Ed been dead at that point?
I don't know, but about a year ago or maybe 2
Pretty
years
sure I
ago,
used him in-
I rewatched some of Mr. Ed
Why?
starting from episode 1, because this is important
Well, you got to
Yes.
start at episode
Mr.
1,
Ed.
or you lose the plot.
for the continuity, you know.
Right,
No,
right.
I mean, I remember watching Mr. Ed and My Three Sons and the Donna Reed show on Nick at Night when that was a thing,
Yes.
right?
Right.
And I don't think I ever saw the first episode of Mr. Ed.
Yeah.
I
The
did not
pilot.
realize the pilot. Yeah, they move into a new house, and there just happens to be a horse.
Oh, the horse is already there?
horse is there. Yeah,
I did not realize the horse came with the house. Now I guess I
with the house.
have
And they have a
thousands and
discussion
thousands
of what they're going to
dollars.
do with this horse. And of course,
Yeah.
the horse, of course, talks.
Oh, don't send me to the glue factory. I can't take it.
That may have been one of the jokes in.
I'm sure it was.
It had to be.
Yeah.
That may have been one of the jokes in the pilot. It was on Hulu or Amazon or something, and I watched it, and it was entertaining. I'm waiting for the gritty reboot because you know that's going to happen.
The gritty reboot.
Where
Gritty
they're
Mr.
like
Ed
where
reboot.
they're cops or something.
Yeah,
in the
I
mean
mean,
streets.
there's got to be a reboot of Mr. Ed at some point, right? It's got to be.
Well,
People
back-
the things are being rebooted constantly.
I want to
I'm
say
waiting
back
for the Demolition Man television series.
CJ. I believe it was back in the 1980s where we had the theatrical Bobcat Goldthwait movie, Hot to
Oh,
Trot.
Yes.
I
About
remember
it,
that.
of course. So, I mean, that, maybe not in name,
Is already there. Yeah.
but, certainly an attempt was made.
Sure. Sure.
So, I don't know.
Well,
But,
anyway, speaking of Mr. Ed,
mhm.
no,
Speaking of horse testicles,
I'm just kidding.
how would you like to be those artists working at Rockstar,
On the horse testicles?
standing in a temperature controlled room with a horse and a hair dryer,
Is
just
that what you have to
taking reference photos?
You don't think they just guessed?
I would
No,
imagine.
they- no, this is Rockstar. You go for accuracy or you go home.
I feel like breeding horses is such a huge industry that there's probably a
Yeah.
lot of reference material out there that they wouldn't have to go stand in a room with a horse.
Nope. You got a pan
Probably
of ice water
not.
in one hand. You got a
Pan
hair
of ice
dryer in
water.
the other. You got one guy
That's how you
there
get
with
kicked
his.
in the ball.
with
That's how you
his
get kicked
camera.
in the balls yourself.
Well, you wear a cup.
And there with a pan.
You
of-
take
pan of
precautions,
ice water.
certainly. My goodness.
Yeah.
We're not stupid.
If you do it right, the horse doesn't mind. If you're
How do
doing
you
it
know?
right. Come on.
He knows from personal experience. He wouldn't mind.
I
Somebody
I
comes
grew up
to him
I
and
grew
is
up in
like,
the Midwest. Come on. So it's a rite of passage.
Well,
That's-
when the game comes out, you can check the credits and see who they've got on Team Horse.
look for the credit ball handler.
Indeed. All right.
Now Greg
How do I-
worked on a
how do I
game that
segue
came
out
with
of
a
that?
ball, if I remember correctly.
What?
You worked on a game that included a ball, right?
You did
Yeah.
it, NBA Baller.
But just one. Just one.
Oh, I thought you meant Robotech.
What?
You laugh all you want. There was an Easter egg in Robotech where a soccer ball would appear and you could kick it around.
Oh, is that right?
I'm totally serious.
Oh, who knew?
Yeah. Precursor to Rocket League.
Mm-hmm. Still waiting for my check.
Oh,
So there's not going to be a PlayStation Experience convention in 2018.
okay.
Okay.
That sucks. That was one of my favorite shows. One of my favorite shows. Anyway, not happening this year since Spider-Man's already out. And Detroit's out. All that stuff.
Spider-Man's out. Sony's packing it in.
They got no more to
done.
no more to announce.
Nowhere else to go.
Where do we
Yeah.
go from here?
Nowhere else to go. But they
Spider-Man 2? That's crazy.
yeah. They did announce
Mm-hmm.
that now they're allowing crossplay in Fortnite on the PS4. It's in beta. It's beta. Just beta.
Uh-huh.
Very exciting.
But they're allowing it.
Wow.
Yes.
What time?
And maybe it'll come to some other games too. It's a limited kind of thing.
How so?
They're doing it in Fortnite in beta, and other games will be case by case.
Oh, I thought when you said that, I thought you meant it was limited in Fortnite.
Only,
Yeah. No.
only one person with a PS4 per match.
Yeah, only one. That's right.
99 people on Switches and iOSs and Xboxes, and there's one dude allowed.
Yeah. No, they only allow one Xbox player to play per 100. So, and then they tell the PlayStation owners that, hey, there's this one they point him out on the map, like kill this dude.
Oh, so they're trying to do like a console wars thing.
Something. No, that's what I was going for. Yeah, I didn't really.
Right. No, I understand. I see. Again, I was trying to sort of follow up.
Okay,
I was trying to help you turn this into a bit, but you just said no thanks. just gonna let had a solid bit going. I'm just gonna let that die.
Yeah, pretty much. Speaking of Fortnite, it's getting packed in with Switch and Xbox One hardware. Starting
really? You mean instead of PUBG?
No, PUBG is still packed in with Xbox One, but there are multiple bundles that you can get.
Oh, man.
But one of them just so happens to have Fortnite with some exclusive cosmetics and some V-Bucks. And yeah,
I think it's going to be very easy to find PUBG bundles on shelves this holiday season.
So if you're into that, I don't know.
Sorry, PUBG. I mean,
have you checked out the eBay prices on the physical copy of Fortnite?
I have not.
Kind of insane because they made a very limited number when the Save the World mode was the only thing in Fortnite, or when you had to buy like the Founders Pack to get into Save the World mode.
Oh, really?
And yeah, getting the physical copy, even though it doesn't have, I don't even think it has the Battle Royale mode on the disc. It's expensive. Anyway,
is there even a disc?
There is a disc, yeah.
Okay. I thought maybe it'd just have a download code or something.
Yeah. Anyway, Castlevania.
Yes.
Coming back on the PlayStation 4.
This is
good about
news.
this?
Now, this is Legacy of Darkness finally getting a re-release, right?
Symphony of the Night and Rondo of Blood.
Oh.
Coming to PS4 on October 26th, which I think is the same day that Red Dead releases, right?
Oh, man.
So you're going to have a choice. You can play either Red Dead or you can play Castlevania.
Castlevania.
Oh.
Symphony of the Night's like one of the greatest games ever made.
It is a great game. Yeah, absolutely.
But how does it fare?
Does it have horse testicles? Yeah.
Probably.
What is
a lot of weird stuff? There's a lot of weird stuff in that game.
It does have some pretty crazy monsters. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a scrotum or two snuck in there.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is awesome though, because there was a rumor about that, but
yeah, the Korean rating board, right? It was the leak.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, hey, Konami sucks now, but if they're gonna start, re-releasing some of their classic stuff, that'd be fantastic. Let's keep doing that.
Yeah.
Let's get some Contra. Why don't we have Contra yet?
Yeah. What is the deal with Contra? What is the deal? Why did we get Super C on the NES Classic? Like, I would really like to hear an explanation about that.
Me too.
If it's a copyright thing or like what?
Is it because they couldn't have the cover because it was clearly a ripoff of Rambo?
Exactly.
Now, did you guys ever play Rondo of Blood?
Yep, I owned it for ages.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was one of the few PC Engine CD games that I had.
Yeah,
and then of course the remake that came out on PSP,
right,
had the original hidden in there as well.
True.
Yes, it did.
Yes.
So good game, really good game.
Oh, it's a great game. Rondo
and
of Blood
it's cool to release those as a package because they're actually direct sequels, right? I mean, Symphony of the Night literally starts with the ending to Rondo of Blood.
That's true.
Yeah,
that is true. The whole "What is a man?"
What is a man?
Shatter.
Yeah.
You're reading the stage directions.
Dracula stands up.
No, he didn't stand up until after he said a miserable pile of secrets.
I know, but
come on.
Well, clearly, you were not taking your line, so I just had to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Steal men's souls
and make them your slaves.
All right, let's keep going.
All right, you guys like VR?
Sure.
Good.
I guess.
No, we're going to talk about this. So yeah, Oculus Quest is a new hardware offering from Oculus.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Priced at $399. It offers an all-in-one VR system for your PC, and it doesn't require lighthouses.
Lighthouses,
so
yeah.
you don't have to deal with that. And also, it's cordless. You have the what do they call it? Like the 5 degrees of freedom, 6 degrees of freedom. What do they call that thing in
Pretty
VR?
great.
Anyway, and yeah, the controllers, the touch controllers, are wireless as well. So yeah, I can imagine a lot of people destroying things in their house.
But at least nobody's going to trip over the wires.
Nobody's going to trip over the wires, but they will trip over the coffee table instead. Yes.
Did
Yeah,
you see that? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, it's great. I don't know. It's VR is, I'm not really excited about VR that much anymore, but this is good.
Yeah, I like that this is where we're going. I think, having the cordless option, no lighthouses to deal with, like that is the way to go for sure.
Yeah.
If they can get if it's a high quality experience, I'm all for it.
Did you guys see this Star Wars VR thing that's coming out now?
No.
New.
What's this
Did both
about?
of you guys miss this?
I did.
It's actually for the Oculus Quest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Lucas introduced it this week with David S. Goyer is working on it.
I've heard that
Okay.
name.
And it is the first of, I believe, 3 parts. It's called Vader Immortal.
Oh,
And it's it's a first person, VR thing where you I don't know exactly what you're doing in it. It's supposed to take place between the prequels and A New Hope.
okay.
And it's you. I don't know if you're working for Vader or fighting Vader, but you're doing something with Vader.
Okay.
And they're selling it as like, oh, you get to go see Vader's castle, which they showed
Castle.
in the. Did you see the Rogue One movie?
I did. Yes.
Yeah, they Vader's, which I guess is where Vader lives
Okay.
when he's
It's,
not working, when he's not at work on the Death Star.
Yeah.
He goes to the planet of Mustafar, where he has his big empty castle he lives in.
Okay.
You get to go hang out in
Watch the TV on the big screen.
Well, that's what I'm curious about, because I mean, what does Vader does Vader does he have like a couch?
It's just a reskin of Job Simulator. Do some mundane things.
I mean, Vader, when he can't be working 24/7. He's got to go home. He's got to sit down.
He's got to delegate the evil, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's his bed look like in his bedroom? What artwork does he have hanging up around his house? What food does he have in his fridge? Does he eat baby food like RoboCop? Or does he have just like
Eat baby food like RoboCop?
like old takeout chicken?
I forgot that was a thing.
I'm very excited about
Tastes
Vader
like
Immortal.
baby food.
Okay.
So
then.
I'm looking forward to.
Is there a trailer or something that I can get?
There is a
included in the
trailer.
show notes? Okay.
There is a
I'll do
trailer
that.
for
do
Vader
that.
Immortal. It
And
does
then you
not.
can see Vader's bed and the pictures that he has hung on his wall.
It does not cover like what Vader's bathroom looks like.
Oh, well,
What sort of
that's
toothbrush. He
I always thought he
uses.
just went in the suit.
Well, I mean, it's just his legs that are cut off, right? He's still got presumably the dangly bits.
I would have
Presumably.
thought.
yeah.
And I understand that this game has as accurate Hayden Christensen scrotal
They
movement
had to hire
based on-
experts.
based on temperature. Yeah, he lives. he
Imagine
lives
having that job, being the Hayden Christensen scrotum expert.
Yeah, they just had to sneak up to him with the bowl of ice.
well, he lives on a lava planet, so you would expect most of the time.
He'd be
Trying
hanging
to
low.
cool off.
Yeah.
God.
So it's
All
gonna
right.
be a very exciting game.
You know what? I regret a lot of the conversations we've had on this show in the past 621 episodes, but not
Not
any
this
more
one.
than this
but
one.
not
I don't
this
think.
one. But
Yeah.
not
Not
this
this
one.
one.
I think this is the worst one.
Really?
Well, it was boring at first, and then we started talking about Hayden Christensen's dangly
Junk.
bits, and
Yeah.
it was like, yeah.
Yeah.
If he was a better
when you
actor,
talk
I'd be
about
honest.
VR, like it eventually devolves into
Hayden Christensen.
balls. Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I think that's where we end the news segment, and
Okay, I
we
finished my Facebook feed while you guys are talking. So that's good.
begin we begin the what you've been playing.
I'm trying to work on to
segment.
figure out something where there's 2 Death Stars,
Uh-huh.
and I can't quite land it, but we'll
You'll
come
work
back
on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, by Scoopfest you'll have
By
something.
Scoopfest, I'll have a solid bit about horse testicle simulation and 2 Death Stars.
Okay. Greg, do you want to tell us about what you've been playing this week?
Sure. Hang on, let me go check.
Oh boy, we're so old.
What did I do? I finished Mega Man 10.
Oh,
Congratulations.
That ending sucked.
That was the hard one, right? That was the one that was difficult.
9 is harder than 10.
9 is
Yeah.
the hard one. Okay,
yeah, I would say that. And neither of them were as hard as Mega Man and Base. So that game, I hated that game.
Did you finish it on normal mode?
Yeah.
Or easy mode with the
No, I didn't play with
hit
easy mode.
coverings? Okay.
I would have played easy mode had it been easy mode where, like, maybe you could take more hits or your
Right.
shots were more powerful. But the whole adding platforms, no, just kind of bugged me. So I didn't play it that way. Yeah, so I finished that. That was cool. There's not really much to talk about there. It's an older game now, and whatever.
Yeah.
Retro.
Are you picking up 11 this week?
No, I'm not. I'm going to pick it up eventually, but there's just Forza Horizon 4 comes out this week.
Yes, it
Yeah,
I
does.
still haven't picked up Tomb Raider, and I want to play that before the end of the year. And then
Right.
Red Dead comes out this month, and I'm going to be gone for like half the month, so I'm not going to play any of this stuff anyway. So
No.
That's true.
I'm going to wait on it. I liked the demo. So
Yeah.
but I mean, the main thing that I did this week is finish Spider-Man.
Yay!
How far are you, CJ?
I don't want to talk about it.
I'm over 50%. So
Should we say spoilers? Should we talk about, does CJ care? I feel like if we wait for CJ to finish, we'll never get to talk about anything interesting about this game.
You can
Well,
talk about whatever you
I
want to
think-
talk about.
I think we should wait for CJ because it'll be a nice transition into the following week where we discuss Spider-Man 2.
Nice. Took me
There
a
it
minute.
is.
There?
That
There
took
you
me a
go.
minute, but I get it. That's
Yeah.
good.
Thank
Mm.
you.
Well, okay, so yeah, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert on this.
Spoiler horn.
Spoiler- yeah. Phil, how far are you?
I am, according to the game percentage counter, I am a little over 50% through.
What's happened? What's the last major event that happened?
Let's see here. I met. I don't know if we talked about this last week. Did I talk about? Because I know we talked about the whole like Spider-Man and the cops, and then
Spoiler.
I was kind of cracking jokes about how there's that mission where you
Right.
full on help a cop break.
I thought about that a little bit after we talked about it, and I'm still not going. I'm not going along with that because I mean, Spider-Man himself is a vigilante, so nothing
Right.
is legal.
Yeah, but
So
it's
any
still-
cop that doesn't arrest him on site is
right.
complicit, right? So
Yeah, but I mean, he's still like, help me illegally break into this warehouse. Help me go.
he didn't say help me illegally break in. Spider-Man offered.
Yeah, but then he said,
loophole.
But then he said, sure. Why not? Why not? I can't stop you, Spider-Man. But then we learn, I think you pointed out that that cop has more of a story
Right.
to him.
Yes.
So yes, I found that out. I went to the award ceremony for the cop. And we are under spoilers here.
Yep.
So
yeah.
got to, and I can't remember if this was before or afterwards, but Doc Ock lost his funding.
Yep.
So Spider-Man's homeless, and he's trying to reconnect with MJ,
Mhm.
and that's kind of where I am now.
Okay.
So,
So you haven't hit the big thing that I wanted to talk about yet. So
okay, I've learned. I've met Mr. Negative, and
Yep.
learned his identity.
which
So-
if you watched any trailers, you knew anyway.
Pretty
but-
obvious.
Right. Yeah.
Little obvious.
But yeah, and I've unlocked the pigeon hunting missions
Oh God.
and the black cat
Okay.
missions. Not the Catwoman missions, which is what I was dangerously close to saying,
Well,
but
yeah.
the black cat.
Right.
missions. So I've been swinging around, wasting time, progressing in the story, catching pigeons and looking for little kitten figures.
Oh, so you're like cleaning that stuff up as it appears?
Yeah, what happens is I'm usually on my way to a story mission, and I'll hit the little radar button, and I'll see like, oh, there's a bird over here, or there's a cat over here. I'm just going to swing out of my way. And,
Oh yeah, that's pretty much how I did it.
Yeah, so I'll swing over, out of the way, find the bird, and then I'll scan again, and it's, oh, there's another bird way over here, and then I sort of end up getting distracted by all the little fetch quest stuff, and then of course, while you're swinging to the fetch quest stuff, a crime happens, and you got to stop and solve not solve the crime, but beat up the crime.
Beat up the crime.
You got to beat up the crime. So yeah, I've been getting distracted by the side stuff to progress in story mode. But
you're about to get real distracted then, because holy crap, there's a lot of side stuff that unlocks.
Oh really?
Soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
I've done a couple of the hairy research, the science research. Mr. Lecter's scientific research. It's my Clarice impression there.
Sounds just like it.
You see, Mr. Lecter, you got to help us. But yeah, so I've been doing a lot of that. It's a good game. It's a good game. It's a good game.
That's still Clarice. It sounds a little more like James Bond at this point.
Well, why can't it be both? Why?
Anyway,
it's quite bad, you know.
I couldn't put the game down. I was like, this week I was really into it before, and this week I just sort of forged ahead, and I finished it at like 2 a.m. the other night, just because. Well, I got to. There's a point, I mean, this isn't a major spoiler for either of you, but there is a point where the game tells you, like, if there's anything you want to do it now.
Right.
Oh, really?
You're not going to have a chance after this.
Oh, interesting.
So, so I got to that point, and it was like around probably midnight when that happened. Like, okay. we're gonna finish this bad boy. So I have to say, and I hope that you guys get further so we can talk about this more. Great game.
Yeah.
And we already knew that mechanics wise makes you feel like Spider-Man. I find the side mission stuff is fun. I think people are complaining a lot about the stealth missions that sort of come into play later on, but I really enjoyed them. The writing, did not expect the writing to be as good as it is. And Phil, you're going to be starting to see that more and more.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't prepared for how much I enjoyed the narrative on this game. Best Spider-Man movie ever made.
I did have a stealth section when you were at the awards ceremony.
Yeah, that's not those stealth missions I can see people not liking so much.
Yeah, I was not having a good time with that.
They're not hard though.
They aren't, but I was just like, there was something about just like the way the environment was laid out, or the patrols of the guards was just a little ambiguous enough where I failed a couple times, where I was like, I don't really know why I failed. Like I was kind of ducking behind a box or something, and then just suddenly, hey, there he is.
Well, it's because you were in behind boxes.
What?
They explain early on that if you touch boxes, they make noise.
Well, no, I wasn't. I hadn't touched any. I didn't touch them. I didn't.
You gotta watch for things like You've got to watch for things like the texture on the ground. You got to pay attention. Like sometimes there's shattered glass or something.
Right.
So you don't want to walk over that.
Well,
yeah. But it's I don't think I ever failed more than twice on any of them.
Yeah.
They're pretty easy. And once you realize too that you can run,
right,
and not make any noise,
right,
it changes them a lot. Like
okay.
You can really like steam past a lot of them. So
okay.
There's one really cool MJ stealth section that I won't describe exactly. You'll know it when you see it.
Okay.
There's one in particular that I was just like, this is amazing. I love this thing. But
okay.
Yeah, what I was talking more about was this stealth, with Spider-Man being stealthy. Like,
right.
You get into missions where it's like, take all these people out without them seeing you because there's a hostage or something like that, and if they know you're there, then, which I really enjoyed. It was fun to sort of just pick apart the enemy groups and sort of make them split up from when they were clustered together and all that sort of thing. So
Right.
really get to use your gadgets, which is fun.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a turning point in the game where basically all hell's going to break loose, and you really are clearly into what the game itself I think calls the third act. And
Right.
Once that happened for me, I just couldn't put it down. The writing was, like I said, the writing was amazing. The end game is brilliant,
Okay.
and I was getting choked up by the end of it.
Oh wow.
So
Yeah, I did
continue playing for sure.
I did just finish the first act,
Yes, that's where you are is the end of the first act.
which I, like I said, over the 50% done mark. So seems
So
a
yeah,
lot.
you're clearly doing a lot of the side missions then, because
Yeah.
keep playing.
It's a great game.
Keep playing.
I
I'd love
am
to do a spoiler cast on it.
Well, you and I will do that.
Yeah, it would maybe
Yes.
when Mike Phillips finishes it, which will be before CJ.
I don't what? Yeah, probably.
You serious? In all seriousness, though, I know you're a
should
pirate
play it.
legend, CJ,
Yeah.
but you
I
should
want-
experience this.
I want to play it. Yes.
I would call it. I would say it's on the level of The Last of Us
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
a narrative standpoint. So
Cool.
that's basically all I've been playing, and now I have
Nice.
to go see what my kid wants.
All right.
Well, all right.
Well, Phil,
Yes.
what about you? What have you been playing?
Well, I've been playing Spider-Man,
Yes.
which I guess makes one of us that are left on the show.
two of us. Two.
Well,
two of
Greg's
you.
not here anymore.
Well,
He's
yeah.
not here.
No, I guess you're right.
Just you and me now, baby.
Yep.
I also
Mm-hmm.
I threatened this last week. My copy of Gianna Sisters Twisted Dreams Owltimate Edition. You see?
Yeah. That's
Because
good. That's
Some of the enemies in the game are owls.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
this is the Owltimate Edition,
Okay.
which is
Yeah.
horrible.
That is
Just-
horrible.
Just terrible. But that showed up this week. So I've
Now,
been
was
playing
that out on digital before and they just released a physical, or
It was not.
like
This is
digital?
its first appearance on Switch.
okay?
Not its first appearance at all, because the game is, well, years old at this point.
Sure,
But-
But the Gianna Sisters in general is not out on digital, or it came out last week.
It came out last week.
Okay.
Yes, it came out last week. Although I think it came out on Friday.
Okay.
Which-
yeah,
It was weird because
sometimes
game-
that happens.
my game showed up on Tuesday,
Yeah.
and it was not on the eShop. And when I tried to redeem my Nintendo coins,
Yeah.
yeah,
uh-huh.
a little message came up that said you cannot get coins for this game.
Okay.
Odd, but I guess it wasn't technically out yet. I don't know. But yeah, that's I'm not going to waste too much time talking about it because it's an old platformer, but it is a fun platformer with the gimmick is that you can switch back and forth between like a nice world and an evil world on the fly, and it changes
Yeah.
the graphics and the music in real time, and it changes your character's abilities.
Wait a
So,
minute.
Yeah.
We're not talking about Gianna Sisters.
Oh,
are we?
you
We
better
are
we
talking about Gianna Sisters.
I was trying to finish before you got back, but you're too quick. You're too quick with disciplining your children.
Well, you know, it doesn't take long to spank anybody.
Oh, I don't know.
Yikes.
CJ liked to draw it out.
But all right then.
Fair enough.
but no, it's still a good game. I have a lot of fun with it. But Holy Free Holies, it's got some load times on it. Now I bought the physical edition, so I don't know if this is different on the eShop version, but
I mean,
Man,
I'm sure it is the same because it's still solid state memory.
oh yeah, that's true. But yeah, you start up the game and the developer logo comes up on the screen. It's just a black screen with the developer logo,
Sure.
and it just sits there.
Sure.
And I timed it. It's a bit over a minute
Hmm.
just of silence, and that's it. You're just staring at it to the point where
Did you think the game had crashed?
I did. I actually backed out of the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, that's
and-
never good.
And
Never.
was like, oh, I should maybe, I'll take the cartridge out and lick it a little bit just to to see what's going on, and then I put it back in, and
Yeah.
and waited and waited and waited, and finally the game loaded up.
Okay.
And it's got, the load time's not as severe in between levels, but it's not good either.
Great. Okay.
So I don't know. It's a shame.
That is a shame.
You know what else I picked up though?
What's that?
And when I say picked up, I mean downloaded for free.
So not physically picked up.
Well, I mean I physically picked up my phone.
Oh,
That's fair.
That new Nintendo iOS game
Oh,
came
yeah,
out
right.
this week.
Dragalia
Dragalia
Lost.
Lost. So
Yeah,
I
it's,
decided to try that out.
Nintendo and Psy Games.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's a little action RPG game for iOS and Android, I'm assuming, as well.
Yeah, it's out on Android.
Okay. And yeah, I played a little bit of that so far. Did you? Well, I know you did because I sent you a friend request, Christopher.
I have played it a little
yeah.
bit. Yes.
Oh, what do you?
I like it. When you look at free to play RPGs like this, generally I think they don't have really great production values, but this one does.
Oh no, it's
great production values.
It's a nice looking, nice sounding game.
Like great music, great animation, a lot of voice acting.
Yeah,
as well.
This is very true.
A pretty good story. I wonder how. I mean, of course, there's never going to be any resolution to it because it's a free to play mobile game, and they're going to be adding stuff to it. So you have to think, well, what are you gonna? Like, you kind of have to go into it like, oh, all right, I'm starting the One Piece anime, and I won't be done for like Luffy's looking for the Grand Line. That ain't gonna happen anytime soon, or whatever. Like. But I like it a lot. I like the control. It's played in portrait mode. It's a very easy one-hand play.
Right.
If you're playing from bed or on the toilet, as people sometimes do.
Yeah. And I know when I'm on the toilet, I usually only have one hand free anyway.
That's right. Exactly. You like to play the portrait video games. Yeah. But yeah, it looks great. Sounds great. The gameplay is very simple. It's just dragging your thumb across the screen and then tapping to attack, and like doing swipes to dodge and stuff. So it's really well done. And 8.4 did the translation on it.
Yeah, really nice job with that.
Very nice job indeed. And yeah, I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's
I'm not gonna. Of course, I'm not gonna spend any money.
How are you going to get your 5-star characters, CJ?
I don't give a.
How are you going to get those 5 stars? How are you going to get those? How are you going to get those 5-star dragons? Come on.
I'll have stopped playing long before that becomes an issue. Probably. That's just how I've played free to play games in general. But we'll see. This one, I mean, it is fun to play, and each of the little missions that you go on are quick, and they have story missions in between, and it's good so far. Yeah. It's free. So why not give it a try?
I will say I was lucky enough to actually pull like 2 5-star dragon summons or whatever. In my first, like, you get a couple free
couple free pulls
at the beginning, and yeah, so I landed a couple 5 stars. I don't like to brag, but here we are.
That's right.
But, yeah, it's a cute little game. And holy cow, it is not a small game.
No,
for an iPhone game, they put the game up maybe a day or two before it.
Yes, they did.
You could preload it.
You could load it and listen to the theme song.
Yeah, and I did that. I preloaded it.
Yeah,
but
how big is it?
I think it's like,
I'm looking.
Yeah, I don't know, but it was big enough where I had my phone sitting there, waiting for the little progress dial, and it just did not seem like it was moving at all. Right. So I was just like, is something going on where this game is not downloading? But
right, because it has, so the initial app is however big. I'm checking that now, and then after that you download like the levels, right? Each time you play a level, it downloads a new thing. It's 2.56 gigs.
There you go. It's
pretty big
Now-
for a
Now,
mobile game.
the individual levels that you have to download.
They're small. They're like a one,
Yeah,
between
like-
1 and 5 meg.
Yeah. So
Download.
those are
Not
very
big.
tiny.
Yeah.
But
You want to be on Wi-Fi when you're downloading it.
oh yeah, for sure.
I think you have to be. I think it
Yep.
only lets you download 150 megs
Yes.
on cell. Anyway,
But yeah, that's all I've been playing this week.
that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing Sea of Thieves, of course, and just to quickly bring you up to speed on that, they released the Forsaken Shores update to the game this past week, and that includes a new area of the map. It's 1/3 bigger now, and it's a volcanic region.
Volcanic? Is that like volcanic?
Volcanic region, yeah, where the islands have volcanoes on them and they erupt, and it's very dangerous to sail around them because when an eruption happens, there's like a radius
spewing?
where there's a lot of spewing of
Wanna get out
ash
of the-
and
yeah.
boulders and stuff, and if you get hit, your ship is toast basically. But the missions on those islands give you higher rewards, and so I did a lot of that stuff. They also added rowboats to the game.
I heard. What do they
Finally,
do?
You can you can grab a rowboat on an island if you find one and mount it to the back of your ship and then use it to do things along the way
Like
and
what?
store stuff. So like if you have a mission on an island and you have a bunch of chests, you can put them all in the rowboat.
Hmm.
Or rather than having to swim them out to your ship one by one.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's
Makes
a
it easier for someone else to steal it too, I assume.
that's a real
Yeah.
quality of life upgrade.
Oh, God.
I
dare say.
suppose you could call it that. They also added a bunch of new cosmetics and liveries for your ship, and my favorite one is there's now a Kraken set for
Oh.
your ship, which includes like a Kraken figurehead,
Yeah.
and your ship
So you
is
get to see what his
purple.
body looks like?
Yeah, your ship is
Nice.
purple, and then you have Kraken sails and a Kraken flag, and got all that stuff, and it looks awesome. This is like the best cosmetic stuff they've added to the game in the 6 months the game's been out. So it's
You're
pretty
adorable.
great. Everybody, by the way, wants to play the new content, so the rest of the map is completely empty. If you want to play Sea of Thieves and like be left alone while playing, just play in the regular map area and it'll be no problem because everyone's in the Devil's Roar new area. Anyway, that's all I've been playing. So let's go to tweets.
Tweedly deedly dee. Tweedly deedly dee. Tweet. 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 Tweet.
Well then,
This is a quick episode.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah,
Too bad that we all hadn't played through more of Spider-Man.
we can get right to
Oh,
the after show,
man.
and that'll be fun too. Let's do this one from Hacker alias Burger Electrics, who says, "What piece of fictional media most recently made you cry? Happy cry or sad cry?"
Huh.
I
I
get
don't
pretty, like I said, I got pretty teared up at the end of Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Do you full on cry for like games and movies and such? Do you have like a full on ugly cry?
Like sobbing, ugly cry? No. Movies? Yeah, that can happen to me in movies.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially ever since becoming a dad, I find anything where a child is
Ah.
in like peril or hurt or something, like, yeah, I'm pretty much
that's a
mess.
definite.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
much a
yeah.
mess.
I'm
ever
right.
see-
I'm right with you on that.
Did you ever see Grave of the Fireflies?
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't
there
watch.
you go.
The
There you
first time
go.
I ever watched that, I was a wreck.
There you go. Yeah.
I have that actually. That's one of the few, strangely enough, one of the few Japanimations I own.
You'll never watch it again. Too. That's
I watched
the thing.
it one time.
Yeah.
I've also watched it
else
one
cry.
time.
I've watched it twice
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
hate my life.
It's a
I guess.
fantastic movie. I just don't want to watch it more than once.
Yeah. Yeah.
The what was the final Harry Potter book?
The Deathly Hollows, the
Was
Moist
it Deathly
Hollows.
Hallows?
Yeah.
Yes,
Moist
right.
Hollows.
The scene with Snape, the final scene with Snape
Ah.
in that
When-
book
Yeah.
was heart wrenching.
Yeah.
That
Spoilers.
got me going. Well, it's old enough now that I don't really care.
Yeah.
Turns out the snake was a sexy lady the whole time. I don't know if you guys knew that or not, but Voldemort's snake was a beautiful lady this whole time.
Named Bowsette.
Oh Lord.
That's a whole other thing.
Can we talk about that for a second?
We can talk about all you want, my friend.
CJ's been waiting for this.
Do you have pictures?
Finally,
share them.
No.
finally, they gave me an in.
I
want to just bring it up because I thought it'd be weird, but now that we're talking about sexy ladies turning into monsters, now's my chance.
Mhm.
Hey guys, you guys hear about this, Bowser?
You guys hear about the crown? Yeah.
Oh man,
It just seems like an annoying internet thing to me. About you guys.
really? You're saying a meme is an annoying internet thing?
Yeah. I just don't want to hear more
Expert
about
social
Bowsette.
analysis. Why do you hate Bowsette?
I don't know.
Why do you hate Bowsette? I've been working on some Bowsette Waluigi slash fiction that I
Right.
think you will
That's what I think
love.
perturbs me the most about it is that it's such a like fan fiction. Here's my
Original character, do not steal.
original character do not steal.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's so lame. It's just oh.
Well, I think, CJ, I know you are skeptical, but I think you will be delighted when you read my fan fiction about Bowsette meeting CJ the Hedgehog, Bill the Echidna, and
DJ the
Greg,
Opportunity Dogs.
and Greg the Armadillo.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, yeah,
Oh well.
yeah.
We're talking about media that makes us cry.
Oh, right. Well, Sonic the Hedgehog fan fiction.
Yeah,
Not-
in
not
general.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah. What was the last time I got a little misty-eyed from some media? Oh, jeez. Trying to
I'm gonna
remember.
say I'll answer while you're thinking.
Yeah.
You know that movie Arrival?
Yeah.
Amy
Oh,
Adams, Jeremy Renner.
because it bored you to tears because it's like
no,
just-
I loved that movie.
they just keep
got misty.
talking to the aliens. Why
I
don't
got
you
misty.
shoot a laser, man?
I got misty.
Let's make this fun to watch.
That was probably the
Arrival.
last piece of media.
Arrival's quite good.
Arrival's a fantastic movie.
Arrival is quite good. I am being being facetious.
You ever watch that movie Children of Men?
I have not.
I've never seen it.
What, really?
No.
Oh
I
my
keep-
God.
I've started watching it at least 3 times.
That's another movie that's just absolutely amazing.
Really?
And yeah, love it.
I have not
Anyway,
seen it.
Okay. Same
Jeez.
director, I believe. No,
Yeah?
wait, no.
I don't know.
I'm wrong.
I don't know. I don't remember. And that's not me trying to do a macho thing because I will start getting all weepy at the drop of a hat,
Yeah.
about
So which
especially like
Doctor Who episode got you?
Mhm.
oh man, there is this one
Which Star
where-
Trek Deep Space Nine episode got you?
I don't
This is
Actually,
going to be
no,
a 20-minute joke.
No, actually, you know what? There was
Yeah.
a Deep Space Nine episode where
there
Jake Sisko's who is the Jake Sisko is the son
of the- yeah.
of Benjamin Sisko, where what was it? It was like Captain Sisko like gets lost in a wormhole or something, and it's like a flash forward, and his son, who is like a teenager in the show, is all grown up, and he has spent decades searching for his father, and he finally reunites with his father. But his father is the same age as he was when he went missing, and now his son is an old man.
Oh,
And
so he's
it's,
Kyle Reese.
Yes,
Okay.
Huh.
but that was kind of a misty-eyed episode. I forget the
Okay.
exact title of that one, but man, Deep Space Nine is a good show, by the way. I know CJ is definitely not a
No.
Star Trek guy.
True.
Too much acapella music.
Yeah.
Too much on Capella.
Yeah. But no, Deep Space Nine is like the best of Star Trek. But yeah, that I mean that one got me misty eyed.
What about the Lost?
They were
episode?
saying, okay, they're asking about something recent. You guys are talking
That's
about
not recent.
Deep Space Nine and Lost.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I never watched Deep Space Nine back in the day. I watched Deep Space Nine like a few months ago.
Yeah.
You know, so that's it's one of the most recent things. Yeah, I don't know, but like Greg said though, anything that has a kid in harm's way,
Yeah, that's instant for me.
Yeah,
Bunch of
So-
big softies.
I know that's
True.
us. That's us.
All right, let's do this one from hacker alias Martez3C, who says,
Mhm.
"What are the 5 essential games for the PS4 up to today?" Now, I cheated a little bit. I looked at that tweet and then I put together my list. So while you guys think,
you cheater.
while you guys
Yeah,
think,
really.
I
Now
can
I gotta go
skip my
check my
list.
PS4 list. You go ahead.
PS4. I would say Spider-Man's up there.
Spider-Man right there.
Absolutely.
Yep, that's one.
I would say, is it cheating to say Last of Us Remastered?
Yes.
That is cheating. Yeah.
Mm. Boo.
I was able to think of 5 without using that one. But I had it on my alternate list. I had the Ratchet and Clank remake.
Oh, that's a solid
one.
one. Yeah, that is
as
a very good one.
special. Last Guardian.
Yep.
Okay.
Bloodborne. Just because I think it's my favorite of the Dark Souls style games.
PlayStation
And
4
it
games.
is a
You
PlayStation
sound-
4 exclusive.
Sound very passionate about it.
Yeah.
I'm extremely passionate.
Just because
I'll-
why not?
How much of that game did you play?
I almost finished it.
Oh,
I got
really?
way farther than you guys did.
Yeah.
On that
Well,
one.
I barely
I-
got into it because
if you'll remember, there was an episode where we were talking about it where I encouraged you guys to play it more so we could talk about it more.
yeah.
Mhm.
I don't remember that.
I remember that. And Uncharted 4, which I think was
I think Uncharted 4 is pretty fair.
Yeah. Although I never finished Uncharted 4.
no.
No. I don't know. It just
Yeah.
didn't click with me the same way that the others did.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Are you gonna say Gravity Rush?
I would probably say Gravity Rush. I would say Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I would say Last of Us, but apparently I'm being
Allowed.
I'm being
That is a
about
great game, but it was a PS3 game.
Yeah, it's a PS4 game too.
Well,
I don't know
that's
if you've
true.
heard.
That is true.
Actually, The Last of Us Remastered is not a PS3 game.
Oh,
So
technicality.
Gotcha. Technicality. Boy, I don't know. See, I'd have to sit down and like go through the kind of download only games as well.
Yeah, when I went through my trophy list, there were a lot of great games on PS4, but not a whole lot
Yeah.
of like exclusive stuff. Like I thought
Yeah,
about Firewatch, but Firewatch has come to other platforms since.
Yeah, and that's kind of the problem I'm having here. Is like I'm looking, and a lot of the stuff that I would say you could get on Xbox as well.
I mean,
Yeah.
did the tweet say exclusive?
no, it
Oh,
didn't.
okay. So we're just kind of tacking that
But
on
then I'm
ourselves.
just gonna say Friday the 13th and Overwatch, and
Yeah, well, I guess those count.
I guess they do.
Yeah.
I was thinking exclusives.
I don't know, man. There's lots of good stuff. The Yakuza
There is.
games.
Yeah.
Yakuza.
Pick any like Yakuza. 0? I think is the one everyone's really in love with.
Yep.
Yeah.
Spider-Man for sure.
Ooh,
Gran
Titanfall
Turismo
2.
Gran Turismo Sport if you like racing, because they're doing the same thing they did with 6 on the PS3, which is just constantly adding new content to that game and not making any noise about it. There
Yeah.
have been so many tracks and cars and single player modes added to that game.
Yeah.
Like every time I turn it on, there's something new, and you don't ever hear about it.
How do you think Sony could do a better job in promoting the fact that that's getting updates? Like,
I have
Is
no idea,
there
but
a
it was the
way-
exact same way with Gran Turismo 6 on the previous system.
is there a way to make the press
Care? No.
care about updates? I say that like there are a lot of games that I love that get updated a lot that no one cares about. Sea of Thieves, but yeah, I think it's a big challenge there. Like, how do you get people that are not playing the game excited because you've added so much more like new content?
Horizon Zero Dawn, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to
Yeah.
get back to that game. I stopped playing.
I
So
do too.
I did probably a bad thing in that I played Zelda first,
Mm-hmm.
and then I went to play Horizon Zero Dawn, and when I couldn't go everywhere, that made me upset.
Oh,
And I stopped playing.
Drive me up the wall.
I need to go back to it. I recognize that what it was doing very well, and it was fun for how long I played it. But yeah,
Yeah.
need to
I
get
think
back
those
to
are
it.
pretty good games. So those are some of the top tier games.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. All
Someone's
right.
very mad we didn't say God of War.
This podcast isn't going to say God of War, I think. Like, listen to another podcast and they'll say God of War. All right,
We don't
let's
want
do
your
this.
kind around here.
Well, I couldn't play it because it gave me motion sickness, so that I have an out on that.
Yeah.
Hacker alias Lero says, I haven't been paying much attention to Konami since the early Metal Gear Solid games. How come everyone considers them a joke now?
Because
Kojima got too far up his own ass.
They're not a video game company anymore. No, that's not really it. I mean, that's the thing.
part of it.
I mean, that's part of it. But
I think that is why. Well, there are two things that hardcore gamers use, right? It's number one, they made a lot of mobile games and pachinko games,
Right.
and that seemed to be their focus. And then, yeah, they weren't. I guess they had the falling out with Kojima, and
Yeah. No,
that's why.
Konami has made a lot of really stupid decisions, and
have they?
Yeah.
You mean they've decided not to make console games anymore?
I was going to say, is it just that they're not a video game company?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's it. I mean, if we're talking in terms of why do people who play video games not care about Konami anymore, I would, the decision to not make video games anymore is probably...
Yeah, it's because Igarashi had to go to Kickstarter to do his own thing, and Kojima had to start up a new company and do Death Stranding,
right,
instead of continuing these classic series that people really love.
Yeah, I mean, that's, to me, that's the thing. And then I mean, the falling out they had with Kojima, absolutely, they deserve all the sort of shade that they get for that.
Yes,
because of the way that was handled.
Yes,
but, I mean, otherwise, I think really we call stupid decisions, but really what they've done is get out of video games. They've gone where they can make real money and not take such huge risks.
Right.
And, I mean, they still release the soccer every year, which is still huge.
Right.
And they're doing that Castlevania back.
And I think we're all as gamers, we all laugh about them and criticize them because they're sitting on a gold mine of licenses.
Right.
That people would kill to have new games, in those franchises or re-releases like we're finally getting this month for a couple of Castlevania games. So, we hate them for that, but really I don't know that they're making stupid decisions. They're just not a game company anymore.
Yeah, that's true. And I make fun, but they did re-release Zone of the Enders 2, which is weird, and I'm very happy they did, because Zone of the Enders 2 is an outstanding game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which I need to get back into playing, but I'm too distracted by Spider-Man at the moment.
Yeah.
Amen to that, brother.
Mm-hmm.
All righty, let's do this one from Hacker Alias I Finally Watched, who says, you can only play one online game for the rest of your life. You can play offline stuff all you want. So what will it be?
Forza Horizon 4. Next.
So you didn't buy it early, right? You're getting it on Tuesday? You didn't
I probably won't get it on Tuesday because I'll be traveling. I'm probably not going to get it for a few weeks.
Oh, okay. So
I just know I'm going to like it. I just know I'm going to like it. Yeah, I mean, my point there is that I don't play a lot of games online anymore. So
that's very true.
CJ is Sea of Thieves, of course.
Naturally. Yeah.
I guess I'm good.
Yeah.
That's okay.
You don't play online games.
More Spider-Man, please.
In general.
More offline single player games.
I don't. Take away take away online gaming, and I'm not
lose much.
going to be too heartbroken about it.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah.
This is not a question for you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go.
it
Yeah,
works.
yeah. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Go ahead.
Okay. Hacker alias Sasquatch Shaggy says, with Resident Evil 2 getting a remake, do you think we will ever get a Dead Space or Dino Crisis remake or remaster?
Hope so.
I'd love to see a Dino Crisis remake.
I would too.
I have to imagine that is going to be in the cards at some point, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
we're
Capcom seems to be really focused on its old catalog now. So
yeah.
Yes,
I mean, remember
which is
we're getting an Onimusha
Yeah.
remake as well.
Yeah, we're getting Onimusha.
Devil
Of
May
course,
Cry, they're rebooting that
Yeah.
again, right?
I'm sure they'll get to Dino Crisis
Yeah,
at some point.
let's hope, because
Right.
Dino Crisis is fun on the bun.
Yeah, I think this question sort of for me falls into the territory of, like, never say never, right? Like there were
Nowadays,
so many things that it's like, well, Night Trap's never going to be on a Nintendo platform, and then now it's at Switch. Like so many things that you thought would never happen, like in gaming in general, like Sonic the Hedgehog being on a Nintendo platform.
That's still,
Like,
I'm old enough where that's still a little weird.
yeah, or the idea that you could play a game online cross-platform, like, is also weird. Like so many different things are like, how did that ever happen?
We come from a place where playing a game online was actually a huge deal.
Yes. And so, like, when talking about a Dead Space remake or remaster, I think that will definitely happen. I think EA will do that. Is it going to happen soon? Probably not. But I imagine, people who are gamers love Dead Space, and eventually those gamers are going to get into positions where they have power to remake that stuff, right? Or say yes to remaking that stuff. So I think it'll happen.
I would
Yeah.
love to see them do a re-release of Dead Space, maybe Dead Space 2, and see that turn into, hey, a new Dead Space.
Yeah,
That'd be amazing.
that would be
Fan-
fantastic.
They squandered that that IP with the third game.
Yeah,
killed
they
it.
did. They
Absolutely
killed
killed it.
I have to go. I need to go back and play it because I remember not liking it at the time.
3?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not worth playing.
Okay. Well, I got it free on Xbox
Still not
Games
worth
with Gold or something.
Play Spider-Man instead.
Okay.
Hey, Hacker Alias in the chat. Hacker
Yeah.
Alias Alex Smith asks, favorite entree?
Favorite entree was
like,
them when
like food.
I would assume.
Like if we're having,
We don't
dinner?
pay attention. We don't pay close enough attention to the chat, and that's not right. So
uh-huh.
So
What's
our
your favorite entree?
I'm asking you guys.
Well, I'm asking you right back.
Anything that I'm eating in the dark
Ah, there you
with
go.
Phil.
Yeah, that's my least favorite, right there.
I might say Chicago style pizza. Sure, why not?
Deep dish.
Deep dish. Yeah,
Oh, the Chicago
know it.
style, my dude.
Chicago style.
I haven't
Big-
had deep dish pizza in so long.
Big old
Over
plate
Vegas.
of
Mm.
Pescetti and meatballs.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of just the classic spaghetti with a nice sauce.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Or tacos.
Yeah, we should totally go get some deep dish pizza.
Oh,
while
we're doing that again because that's
We were
like
doing
the
that.
only time. Yeah, and
The
CJ's
Giordano's at
friend
Bally's.
Mike in there calls out Donaire's Halifax Donaire. Yes.
Hmm.
When I was living away, so in Chicago and San Francisco and all that, when I came home, my dad would pick me up from the airport, and before we went home, we would stop and get a Donaire because
Yeah.
you can only get them
I'm
here.
that way with Portillo's still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just that comfort food from where you are from.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
True.
Noise.
It's very true. All right, let's do this one from Hacker alias Andrew Webb, who says, those N64 controller patents, which one would you prefer? A mini N64 Classic or just N64 Bluetooth controllers for the N64 Nintendo Online Netflix games? I'd prefer the latter, is what he says.
I would prefer the former, I guess.
The mini N64 Classic?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. As a collector, I kind of prefer to have an N64 Mini, but really, from a practical standpoint, I'd rather just have all that stuff on my Switch.
Yeah, and without having to buy another controller, just using the Joy-Cons.
Yeah, because that's just the Joy-Cons could be a good enough stand-in for that.
They could be a good enough stand-in for sure. Yeah, I'd probably rather have that. I have the NES Mini and the Super Nintendo Mini, and I honestly don't use them.
No, mine just sit here.
Yeah. All right. Keeping on this mini console tip, let's wrap up with this one from Hacker Alias Beard the Movie, who says, what games should be on a mini Saturn or Dreamcast?
Oh man.
Well, we're talking two different things
excellent
here,
platforms.
aren't we?
How long do we have to answer the question?
I mean, Saturn.
Yeah, seriously.
Saturn, you would need to have Guardian Heroes.
Sure.
Yep.
You would
Dragon
need
Force?
to have Dragon Force. You would need to have the Panzer Dragoons,
Yes.
including Saga.
Mm-hmm.
You would want to have Knights.
Yeah.
You would want to have Daytona. You would want to have
Yes.
Virtua Fighter 2,
Sega Rally. You'd have to have
Decathlete.
Sega Rally.
Decathlete and Winter Heat.
Yep. Ideally,
Fighters Mega Mix.
since
Fighters
we're
Mega Mix.
since we're just making this up, include a light gun. Get the Virtual Cop games on there.
God,
Ah.
Virtual Cop games are so good.
That'd be
Yes,
good.
they are.
Dynamite Deca or Die Hard Arcade.
Oh,
I guess.
Die
Hard
Hard
Arcade.
Arcade.
You have to have that.
Fantastic.
That was a great game.
Fantastic.
Some of the Capcom fighters. You want to have like Night Stalkers and
Yeah.
X-Men
Burning
versus
Rangers.
X Fighter.
Yep.
Oh, Burning Rangers. Yep.
Burning
Yeah.
Rangers, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Shining Force 3.
Yeah.
Magic Knight
I mean-
Rayearth.
Yep. Shining the Holy Ark.
Yep.
I still have my copy of Magic Knight Wraith.
Shinobi
Yeah,
Legions. You have to have
Yeah,
Shinobi
yeah.
Legions.
Oh yeah,
Legions.
Shinobi Legions. Yeah.
Shinobi Legion.
Could
I'm
go
gonna
on
mention-
and on and on.
I'm going to mention Guardian Heroes again, just because.
What about
Mhm.
Dreamcast? What about Dreamcast?
Dreamcast, you're going to want to have
Couple already called out there. Crazy Taxi.
Crazy Taxi, of
Power
course.
Stone.
Jet Set Radio.
Fantasy
Radio.
Star Online.
Fantasy Star
I don't know.
Online. Yep.
Play it
Space,
offline.
Space Channel 5.
Skies of
Yes.
Arcadia.
Soul Calibur.
Oh, Soul Calibur. Yep. You probably want to have
Like
Virtua
that.
Fighter 3 on there, even though it wasn't
Yep.
the greatest version.
Ready to Rumble
Ready to.
boxing.
Well,
I don't know
Well,
about
if this is
that.
an American SKU, then
I mean,
Ready to Rumble.
I'm not a fan, but you have to have the Sonic Adventure games on there.
Yeah.
On the Saturn, by the way, we missed Three Dirty Dwarves and Mr. Bones.
Did we miss those?
Yeah, we did. Those were great games.
Did we say Space Channel 5
we
did.
did.
for Dreamcast? Okay.
1 and 2. You got to have number 2.
Oh yeah. Code Veronica on Dreamcast.
Oh,
Yep,
yes.
yep.
Yes.
You got your Dynamite Cop on
Yeah.
on there.
Be good to have Bangayo on there.
Yeah.
And we also missed Radiant Silvergun on the Saturn.
Oh yeah.
Oh, shit.
And again, Dreamcast has a lot of good Capcom fighters.
Capcom versus SNK.
Yep.
Which I
you know,
played recently just because I had the Dreamcast hooked up. And oh my God, I forgot how good that game is.
Project Justice,
Mhm.
the Rival School sequel. You got Techromancer.
Echo the Dolphin. It
Oh, Echo the
Jeez.
Dolphin, yeah.
was a beautiful
Ah,
game. It was way too
A lot
hard.
of good games on the Dreamcast.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of good games.
Seaman.
Yes, indeed.
Gotta have Seaman.
Yes.
Man.
Yeah.
Caution. Seaman.
A
Speed Devils.
a classic Dreamcast would not be worth it if it didn't have some semen on it.
You gotta have Sega Rally 2. You've got to have Ferrari F355, I think it was called.
Oh yeah.
A lot of great games. to
Yeah.
choose from, for sure.
Daytona. You have to have the
And
updated Daytona.
They'd have no problem getting to
Oh,
20.
and you know what they could do for Dreamcast? Their Star Fox 2 game could be Half-Life.
Ah,
because
yes.
it's finished.
Right.
Yeah.
Or Propeller Arena.
Yes.
Propeller Arena.
Throw
Um,
Propeller Arena
It
on there.
never came out.
Yep.
Yep.
So there you go.
All right.
Grandia 2 actually was another Blair Farrell mentioned in the chat.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Power Stone. Also.
Mhm.
I think we said Power Stone already.
We did.
Okay.
And the sequel.
Because somebody in the chat had said it, so I just.
Oh really? Okay.
All right, I guess
Yeah.
that's a show. That's it.
A lot of good
We've done it.
games.
Hey, so
Lot
listen,
of-
before we do the outro,
Okay.
just want to call out that we are a month away from this year's Extra Life.
Oh,
November 3rd is game day. It's the 30th anniversary of the Mega Drive this year, so I'm going to be doing a Mega Drive themed marathon this year, and doing the same thing I've been doing in the past, where if you donate a certain amount, you get to choose an hour and choose a game for me to play for that hour. It's going to be a 25-hour stream this year because, of course, the clocks change during the marathon, which seems unfair to me. So yeah, we're gonna take that extra hour and give it to my son, who desperately wants to help out, and I could not be more proud of the fact that he wants to help me raise money for the IWK. But of course, he wants to play Fortnite, so we're gonna play an hour of Fortnite.
Right.
But otherwise, we're gonna have 24 hours of Genesis, Mega Drive, and Genesis goodness. Go to my donation page, which you can get to through tinyurl.com/Seward, and donate $50 and more between now and the November 3rd date. And if there's still an hour available, pick a Genesis game for me to play for the hour you would like. I'll update that page in the next couple days and make sure all that list is there. But please do so. We're pushing $4,000 raised so far this year, and we're aiming for 10. So
nice.
I will be mentioning this every week between now and the end of the month.
Yeah,
Indeed.
cool.
All righty, and that is our show for this week. Thank you very much for listening. If you have a question for us or would like to comment on something you heard, you can direct that to @P1 Podcast on the Twitter, or you can go to our internet website at player1podcast.com. There you'll find Generation 16 episodes from Mr. Greg Seward as they are ready.
I was hoping I was going to get the next one out before the end of this week, but with all the travel I'm doing and having to take all that time out to play Spider-Man because it's awesome, I didn't get it done. So probably not till the end of this month.
Okay. All right. Well, that's cool. You'll find show notes and links to all the stuff that we talked about, including links to the Generation 16 and Seward's Extra Life page and all kinds of stuff. You just per episode, you do player1podcast.com/ and then the episode number, you go right to it. Right to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the ease of technology.
Do it to it.
We also got one of them Discord servers. You can join that and chat about video games and stuff with us. Or if you're old school, we got a message board on our website where you can discuss this episode or other episodes with us and our other listeners.
If you'd like to subscribe to the Player One Podcast, you can do so by visiting player1podcast.com or by going to Apple's podcast application. You can also head over to the App Store and invest $1.99.
Cheap.
Pick up the Player One Podcast iPhone application, which gives you one-touch communication with us via the emails, the Twitters, what have you. You also have all of our episodes ready to stream right to your listening device. And hey, Android cell phone telephone users, the Player One Podcast iPhone application is available for your listening device as well for that same $1.99.
Also cheap.
You can find that right over there at the Amazon Android Marketplace. We're also on Stitcher Radio. You can like us on Facebook. You can see archives of our show or watch us live most weeks on the youtubes.com/P1 podcast. And if you'd like what you've heard,
and how could you?
You can head over to patreon.com/P1 podcast. Throw a few shekels our way. Helps keep the lights on, keeps the podcasts flowing through the inner tubes. And it helps CJ continue finding new ways to not play Spider-Man. Because he's too busy using those funds to go purchase his favorite entrees.
That's okay.
There
I'll
it is.
take that.
There
Yeah.
it is. See? Hey, if you have a couple bucks left over, head over to generation-16.com where you will find the Patreon link to help support Greg Seward's outstanding
True
web video series about North America's favorite runner-up, the Sega Genesis.
Thanks, Philip.
Cannot wait for the new episode. I love Generation 16.
Thanks.
It's good times. Oh, hey, and we mentioned this at the top of the show, but Scoop Fest is coming up very, very, very soon.
Well, like
if you want to,
one episode left and then Scoop Fest.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So
we should really make a plan for that.
Oh, geez, we really should. It's not too late. Tickets are still on sale. Head over to heyscoops.com/player1 to get discounted tickets to join us in Vegas for 3 days. October
12th through the
12th,
14th.
13, and 14, 3 days of podcast, comedy, magic, fun, food, folks, legalized gambling, and a lot of legalized stuff over in
Fun food,
Vegas.
folks.
Fun food and folks.
Fun food and folks.
Legal weed, too.
Yeah, I've got that in Canada around the same time.
Yeah, so I got it in Washington
Nationwide.
Right.
Don't need to worry about provincial laws.
right
Oh.
now.
Oh.
Right,
Oh.
right damn now. Where are we?
Keep going.
Oh, outros. Yeah. If you'd like to subscribe to the Player One podcast, you can do so by visit.
Wait, no. Fast
No,
forward a
you
little.
did that. Yep.
I know. I'm
We're-
playing. I'm having a little fun with you guys.
Scoop Fest.
Scoop Fest, no, but seriously, it's gonna be great. Can't wait to be there again. CJ,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Thank you, Phil.
That Gregory,
Yo.
thank you so much.
Thank you, Phil.
And remember, if you are a Patreon supporter of the $5 or higher tier, you gain access to an exclusive after show. So join us for that, won't you? And we'll see everyone next week,
Let's do it.
I suppose.
Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.
And toodaloo.
Toodle-oo.